Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News. This is a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. That being said, a huge thing was announced this week that could pertain to BMX and the Olympics, and that is that Russia has apparently been banned from the Olympics. And there's a write-up over on Vital BMX that talks all about it. I'm going to give you my cliff notes for it. I don't totally understand it, and there's a lot of complexities in here as far as how it relates to BMX. So I'm going to try my best, and if you need any more information, check out the link in the description below to the write-up over on Vital. So it says, earlier this week it was announced that Russia was banned from the 2020 Olympics as a result of an ongoing doping scandal. What does this mean for BMX? Well, apparently nobody knows yet, honestly. But the way that this is all going down is that the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, has banned Russia from competing in global events for 4 years for tampering with data relating to drug tests. The 2020 Olympics is one of these events. So one thing that Kyle from Vital included in this write-up is the fact that freestyle BMX was not announced for the 2020 Olympics until June of 2017, and that presumed issues with doping in Russia date much further back than this. And that as far as he is aware, none of the BMX riders from Russia who could qualify for the 2020 Olympics have ever failed any sort of drug test or had any sort of suspension of any kind. And that relates to the next huge point that he's included here, along with a link to the official literature from WADA. And it says, if Russian athletes can prove their innocence and that they are clean, they will be able to compete as neutral. So they won't be representing any specific nation. And that is huge because it means that if these people can prove that they're clean and that they haven't had anything to do with the tampering of data relating to drug tests, maybe they will still be able to compete, but just not compete under the Russian flag. He also reached out to the UCI for clarification on what will happen here. And if you don't know what the UCI is, it's an International Olympic Committee in regards to cycling. So if anyone's going to find out first or know what's going on, if BMX riders from Russia will be able to compete in the Olympics, it's them. And they said that no decision has been made and there likely won't be a decision for quite a while. He also stated that the Russian riders are taking this in stride and that they talked to a few of them and that they're continuing forward with business as usual and that they're confident that they will be able to ride in 2020. So with all of that being said, what does this mean? Basically, it means that some of the highest tier BMX riders that are out there, both male and female, who actually have a shot in not only competing in the Olympics, but also placing in the Olympics, could be barred from entering it before it even starts, which kind of sucks because essentially these riders could be punished for the actions of people they don't know or have any connections to, and the actions that were done far before freestyle BMX was even announced for the Olympics. That being said, I know a lot of you probably don't care about this, but if you do care about it, follow the link in the description down below to read Vital's write-up on it, do your own research, and then let me know what you think in the comments down below. And then after that, we've got a video promoting Merritt's new slaughter bars. And as I'm sitting here thinking about what I want to say about these handlebars, I'm realizing that I need to put this at the beginning of the video as a highlight because these handlebars do something, as far as I'm aware, that no other four-piece handlebars have done before. If you guys have seen cranks and how the tubing wraps around where the spindle goes into the crank, that's what these bars do, where the two tubes meet at the bottom of the handlebars, just like you're seeing right now. I don't think this has ever been done. If it has, correct me in the comments down below. But either way, this is pretty awesome. It might add a little bit of weight, but it's probably worth it for how much stronger it's got to make these things. As far as the video itself goes, I loved it because it's got all my Merritt buddies in it. Greg Henry, Montana Ricky, Oscar Ruiz, Mark Ramos, ZJ, and Anthony Catlow, and they all shredded it in this video. And it's definitely a good example of a product promotional video because it shows pictures of the product, it gives the dimensions, and all the information that you might need if you're interested in purchasing these bars. The only thing that this video doesn't have that I wish it did have was kind of a video shot surrounding the weld and how the metal goes around the bottom tube of the handlebars, just to give people a little bit better of an idea of what this actually looks like in 3 dimensions, because it's pretty crazy and something that most people, if everyone, probably hasn't seen before. Moving on, we've got some sponsorship news and some actually kind of revolutionary sponsorship news in that Red Bull has added their first freestyle BMX riders to their team. They're two 16-year-old sisters from Colombia, so to be on Red Bull at the age of 16 alone is pretty amazing, let alone the fact that they're two sisters from Colombia that are 16-year-old BMX riders. It has to mean that they're super super shredders. I haven't seen any video of them riding, but I guarantee you don't just make it on Red Bull because you're a 16-year-old sister from Colombia. And then from there we can move on to contest and jam news, where the only contest and jam that I have to talk about this week was the next stop of the Backyard Jam 2019. This time it was an Adrenaline Alley, and I'm honestly not sure which stop this is because they had so many so far, but this is the first one that had like actual real coverage from BMX media. RBMX was there filming the event, so there's a few different videos from them to talk about. First, we've got the best trick video covering both street and park best tricks. Then we've got a park finals highlights video from them, and Courage Adams winning street run because I couldn't find the street finals highlights video. And just kidding, there's actually a street finals highlights video over on rbmx.com, so there is a link included for that as well. Then from Ride UK, we have what I think is an equally important video to all of the rest of the coverage that I've already talked about in the AM Finals Winners video. Then after that, United Bike Co came out with a video called We Went to Backyard Jam, and that brings us into the videos from this week. The first one comes from Kuba Spurny, way over in the Czech Republic, and it's a video called Lip Trial 2019. I'm not sure if this comes from the fact that when you type lip trick in on anywhere on your phone, it autocorrects it to lip trial. He always uses the lip trick and the lip trial hashtag, so I'm just speculating what the title could mean. Either way, it's lip tricks. You know I liked it, and if you like lip tricks, you're going to like it too. It starts out with a pretty perfect 900 tap with no hops, and then there's all kinds of really great lip tricks. You guys are going to want to check this one out if you're into brakes or lip tricks, and I'm going to call it right here. As I've been saying for a couple years now, brakes are coming back and I am excited for it. And just to give you guys some variety this week, the next video I want to talk about is from Mesaroll shop, and it's 2 weeks in Spain. This one also features somebody that Montana Ricky did a rider spotlight on, and Joey Monsta over on Instagram. Kills it in this video, and so does everyone else. So if you guys want a street orientated video, check that one out. Then for all you Flatland guys out there, we've got another video from Mateus Beckmann. It's called Flatland and Street 2019. If you guys remember a previous BMX news videos, probably over a year ago, I talked about this dude, how he absolutely kills it and just does stuff that nobody else would think of. This video is over 8 minutes long of exactly that. So if you guys want some Flatland and street mixed together, this is one to check out. Then we've got some DVD stuff to talk about. Anthony Perrin's Federal FTS section has been uploaded to YouTube, as well as Cult's entire It's Later Than You Think DVD. And that brings us into the product related news from this week, which also contains my favorite video from this week, and that's the first one I want to talk about. It's Corey Martinez signature sessions from Cinema, meant to promote his Martinez signature stem. This video is my favorite video of the week, hands down. It's a combination of different grinding and streets and gap style stuff, with Corey doing stuff like street foofa news. And this is part of what gives me hope that brakes are going to come back when someone as iconic and just influential as Corey Martinez is rides brakes and puts it in a video like this. I just hope that it gets people hyped on it and more people riding them, and makes companies realize you can do product promotional videos for brakes too. And when you do that, you're going to be promoting a product that most people don't have. So they're going to have to go buy a whole bunch of stuff to put on their bike. And it's just another way to make money. I don't know why they're not doing it. Either way, this is a fantastic video, and as far as product promotion goes, it's more of an edit than a product promotional video, but it does show shots of him tightening the stem down, and then at the end, it gives some different pictures of them and says that they're available. So if you want to check out the video that I think everybody should watch this week, check this one out. Then after that, we had a quick promo video for Phil Martin's new signature decal set for the Fit Wi-Fi 2 frame, followed by 2 videos featuring Ethan Corriere. The first comes from GSport, and it's a promo video for their new Rollcage oil slick colorway, and it has him riding in it. Then after that, it's a video from Fit, and it's him building up his signature 2020 sleeper complete bike from Fit. This one, actually, I watched the entire thing. It was actually a pretty decent watch. And that brings us into the interview section from this week. The first video I want to talk about is something that we don't get to talk about a lot, and this is a video from Anahi Valentina, and it's a 2019 video. And this one has kind of a bonus for anyone who speaks or understands Spanish, because there's a whole bunch of different interview talking stuff in here, but it's in Spanish, so I couldn't understand any of it, unfortunately, and there weren't subtitles to read to understand it. But I'm sure there's a ton of you out there who do speak Spanish and will be able to understand this video. And the fact that it has a girl shredder who's in here absolutely shredding, I wanted to make sure that I talked about it. There's also another lady shredder in this video that I unfortunately have no idea who it is. All I know is that she's in the video sending a gap down an 11 stair set to flat, and then snaps or cranks and makes it out of it completely unscathed, and is is actually kind of celebrating with the broken crank in the video. After that is another Please Be Kind and Rewind video from Dig, this time featuring DeMarcus Paul. If you don't remember the concept behind this series, basically it just takes a professional rider, sits them down, and then they talk about a video part that influenced them or was their favorite video part or was significant to them in some way, and they talk about why. And then after that, it just literally plays that exact video part in its entirety. So this time it's with DeMarcus Paul talking about Edwin De La Rosa and his section in Can I Eat? So if you guys want to hear what he has to say about it and then watch Edwin's section in that video, check out the link in the description below, and it'll be the last link in the description below because it's the last thing that I have to talk about this week. If you guys enjoyed the video and you want to leave a comment on anything that I talked about, whether it be the Russians being banned from the Olympics, all the way up to DeMarcus Paul talking about Edwin's Can I Eat section, let me know in the comments down below. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below. So hopefully we will see you tomorrow for another video. I want to thank you guys for being here and watching, and like I said, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.